Hello, Virgos, and welcome to your June 2026 monthly horoscope. My name is Justina. Welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thank you for joining me today. All right, so here today we are going to look at what's happening in June, and I'll tell you how the energies of June will influence your life on a deeper level. These horoscopes are most accurate for your rising sign, aka your ascendant sign. However, you can also watch them for your moon sign or your sun sign if you wish, just to get a bigger picture and to get a wider perspective upon your life. So here we start with a really beautiful energy happening on the 9th of June at 25 degrees of Cancer. This is when Venus and Jupiter conjoin, and at 25 degrees of Cancer. So this is a beginning of a new cycle between Venus and Jupiter. So both beautiful energies in astrology, both benefics. Venus, the planet of love, relationships, harmony, balance, finance, and Jupiter is connected to growth, expansion, abundance. And when they join forces in the sign of Cancer, this is something really beautiful, nurturing. And this is happening in your area of friendships, of groups that you belong to, and the area connected to your sense of belonging. To your sense of connection within those social dynamics, within social network. Now, this is also the area of your long-term dreams and goals for the future as well. So this is a really positive and well-balanced energy that can really influence your life on a beautiful level or in a beautiful way. And it could mean that perhaps this could generally mean some positive news, good feedback coming from a friend, an opportunity coming through a group, through some network. It's a really, really good day for getting yourself out there, for collaborating with others, for joining some interesting workshops, or for maybe some group meetings, for example, maybe a new network. Maybe this is about a new connection, new friend, some good news coming from a friend, maybe finally a realization or an idea, a thought that can help you to reach your important goals or milestones. So whatever it is, this energy carries a very, very nurturing energy. Have a look if you have any placements as well in Cancer at around 24, 25, 26 degrees. Now, as we move forward, on the 15th of June, there is a new moon in Gemini happening at 24 degrees of Gemini. So here, new moons are connected to new beginnings, fresh energies, and this is related to something to do with your career. That's the 10th house energy. So career and your professional life, your public image, anything to do with your life direction as well. Your public life. There is something new being born. So this is an important new moon of 2026 that influences your public life, that influences professional growth, professional development as well. So something new is being born here in this area of your life. A chance to plant seeds for to reach your milestones and goals associated with your dreams, ambitions, connected to your career, professional life, or a life direction. Now, Gemini is the sign of duality. Very often with Gemini influence, sometimes we need to choose between two different scenarios, two different paths. The energy can be scattered at times as well, especially since Uranus is now here. So you might be feeling this internal need to implement the necessary shift in your life in order to feel more fulfilled. And for many Virgos, this could manifest as a remote work, perhaps working on your own terms, more independently, for example, remotely, online, and so on. So this could be the beginning of something of this kind. Now, the 10th house, of course, also is connected to our status. So for some, this could be a change of status, possibly as well, like becoming a grandmother or a fiancé, for instance. Now, on the 19th, Chiron, the wounded healer, the asteroid, moves into Taurus. So Chiron has been in Aries since 2018. In 2026, it's going to begin its journey, or a preview, if you will, in the sign of Taurus much more permanently from 2027 and onward. All right, so really interesting energies here. Of course, it's always really interesting to see when when the planets or here an asteroid Chiron, the nodes, when they shift into new signs and they bring very different energies, some shifts in the air. And this is happening here in your ninth house, your beliefs, your life philosophy, anything to do with long-term travel, long-distance travel, anything to do with that more adventurous, eye-opening area of your life. All right, so here Chiron, of course, wherever Chiron goes, it tends to activate those unhealed wounds, emotions, memories, and giving us a chance for healing. And once these wounds are healed, then we can also gain the necessary wisdom and help others with similar difficulties. All right, so here the wounds associated with the ninth house, this could be connected to your intellect, to your life philosophy, maybe some moments in your life when someone disagreed with you, with your beliefs, with your opinions. Maybe this could be also connected to stories or life experiences when you were kind of forbidden to choose your own path, to make your own decisions related to your life direction. If there was something or someone that stood in the way and kind of made it difficult or impossible to choose the path that felt most connected to your heart, then Chiron here will bring it back to the surface, and there will be moments of reflection, contemplation as well, and this is a chance for you to see it from a much larger perspective, much larger picture. So think about any situations, people, circumstances that limited growth for you, that limited your life perspectives. This is a chance for healing these not situations, but memories, feelings, but also a chance to liberate yourself from beliefs and life philosophies that were never truly yours. Now we'll explore it further closer to the day, but here it's something that we will only experience this year between the 19th of June and early September, much more permanently from next year. All right, so this year is just a preview, so it's always good to write things down and keep a journal, because this can be very helpful once Chiron enters Taurus more permanently from next year. All right, so then we've got Mars. Mars enters Gemini, and that's on the 28th of June. So another transit that will indicate these big shifts. So we had a new moon on the 15th in the middle of the month in Gemini in your 10th house. Now Mars comes here and is pushing things forward. It's bringing momentum in your public life, in your career life, moving things forward for you, and creating a lot of ambitious, driven, courageous energy that is really, really helping you to reach your goals, to reach your milestones as well. Now, as an interesting fact, the ruler of Mars, of course, it's not Mars, sorry, of Gemini, Mercury. Mercury will station retrograde the next day. So those initial weeks of Mars in Gemini, those initial 3 weeks until so it's basically the first 2.5 weeks of July, they will be under the influence of that retrograde energy, because the dispositor, Mercury of Mars in Gemini, transit will be retrograde. So this could also be a good time for reviewing, reassessing the path, your career path, your objectives, career objectives. Maybe opportunities from the past may come back or resurface, some connections as well. It will be a good time for networking, catching up with things for you. Now, Mercury retrograde in Cancer starts on the 29th at 26 degrees, and it will here influence your area of friendships, of long-term goals, your connections, your network. So here we are kind of returning back to the energies of Mars and Jupiter. Venus and Jupiter conjunction from the 9th of June, when the 11th house was activated for you. And then with Mercury retrograde here. This could be a time very often with Mercury retrograde in our 11th house. We reconnect with friends we haven't seen or spoken to for quite some time. So there is that sense of reconnection with the past, friendships, goals. It's a good time for resolving issues with people that we still care about, but perhaps things were on a rocky stand. If things weren't really working out, Mercury retrograde here brings this amazing opportunity for finding resolution, for finding peace. This energy could also make you question it could make you question your path, the direction that you're heading. This is your chart ruler, of course. So it influences you on a more personal level. Try not to sign anything new or engage in anything brand new because it might bring unfulfilling outcomes and results. Now, here, as we move forward, also on the same day as Mercury turns retrograde in Cancer, there is a full moon happening in the sign of Capricorn at 8 degrees of Capricorn. Now, this is happening in your 5th house. So the 5th house deals with creativity, joy, children, romance, and the creative self-expression. So here, full moons are connected to turning points, to endings, to anything also connected to letting go as well. Full moons help us see things more clearly. So there is that clarity that comes into play. There is heightened intuition. The 5th house is the house of children, of hobbies, of self-expression, of things that bring happiness into our lives as well. With Capricorn energy, this is the area of life that requires structure, that requires discipline. Sometimes with Saturn or Capricorn on the 5th house cusp, it's sometimes difficult to just enjoy life, and it's quite spontaneously, because Saturn here, Capricorn has got that sense of responsibility. Virgo is a hardworking sign with strong work ethics, and this full moon might make you realize that perhaps there isn't enough joy or fun in your life. Maybe this is a good time for you to engage in some hobbies or interests, something that brings that sense of relaxation into your life. This is also when you might be dealing with your children. Your children might need your support, help. Maybe there's something happening here that needs to be addressed in this area of your life, in your parenting style. Overall, you might be finishing an important project as well, because of course this is the area of our personal projects, of freelancing, our business as well. Now, we end the month with Jupiter, the great benefic, entering Cancer, leaving Cancer, entering Leo. So that's your 12th house. 12th house influence, Jupiter in the 12th house is a very beneficial placement in terms of protection. It's a very protective energy and very spiritual energy as well. So very often with Jupiter transiting our 12th house for 12 months, there's a greater tendency towards withdrawal, contemplation, reflection, and you might find yourself thinking more often than usual about your life, about your past. And this is the end of the cycle as well. This is the 12th house. So in a way, this is a time of letting go and releasing the unnecessary energies that you may have absorbed in the initial, in those 12 years of your life since Jupiter entered Virgo. So you're ending a cycle. So it's a very reflective time when you might be thinking about your life philosophy, where you're heading with your life. This will be happening at the background of your life, not all the time, but this energy makes you question your life, question your path, question the direction of your life. It's a wonderful time for being creative, for spirituality, for going on some spiritual retreats, or anything that can help you just relax, detach from the outside chaos or the outer energies. So here it's a very spiritual, protective energy, great time for self-discovery, for healing, for letting go. Because once Jupiter enters Virgo, And that will be, of course, in mid-2027, you will begin a brand new cycle here, and there will be a big shift of energy. So let this Jupiter in Leo transit also feel very healing. Now, bear in mind, in July, of course, the South Node will come here, and there is a solar eclipse as well. So here, it's not just Jupiter influencing this area of your life, but also the South Node and the eclipses every 6 months for 2 years until 2028. So in a way, if we look at the bigger picture here of this cycle, along with the nodal axis and the eclipses, this is connected to big lifestyle changes, self-improvement, and it's a positive energy. But it's also a time of big healing energy, letting go, releasing of what isn't needed, especially those internal blockages that hold you back. And Uranus in your 10th house is also helping you to break away from those beliefs, for example, that block you from succeeding in your life, from being more visible, being more successful. All right, so thank you so much, Virgos. Have a great month, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.